Links down below as always to credit where I'm getting my information from. So Blizzard Games now returns to China under a new agreement, and that'll include games such as Overwatch, Diablo, and World of Warcraft, because Blizzard, Activision were able to strike a deal with NetEase, which is a huge company in China. And essentially the reason why they had the fallout to begin with, in case you were curious, were licensing agreements may have irritated Chinese regulators in view of the Microsoft Activision deal, Blizzard deal, that went on about a year ago. So I think it was January of 2023 when it came to an end. It was a 14-year partnership, because World of Warcraft has been out for 20 years, nearly 20 years this November, but it wasn't always available in China. So that's coming back. I'm not too sure when, but it's coming back soon. And then speaking of World of Warcraft and all that, Cataclysm Classic is releasing now on May the 20th. And I've already expressed my sadness where there will be no Wrath of the Lich King Classic era servers like we have just regular Classic era servers. There's none of that as of the making of this video. There's no plans to make it. We never got it for Burning Crusade, though arguably Wrath of the Lich King was much more popular than Burning Crusade. Either which way, I still feel like each era, if you will, should have at least one or two servers, just to have everybody happy. And then in closing, when it comes to controversy and video games that are single-player, Star Wars Outlaws, including the physical edition, it will require a one-time internet connection, because it's going to have a big, massive download that is mandatory. And this was the same situation for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Even Star Wars Jedi Survivor had a massive day one patch. And that is why I make fun of physical copies. It's not making fun of the people that are still buying physical media. I would much prefer to, I mean, this is not a disc, but I'm just saying, I'd much prefer to have my game in my hand and go, I own this game. You can't take this away from me. We had that thing last year where people were getting falsely blocked from their PSN accounts on PlayStation completely, and hundreds of digital games that you could own, such as myself, were completely locked out. I also had Sony give out, wasn't a hacker, a guy that was just good at talking, my information twice within 4 hours. These sorts of things don't really happen with Xbox. You see, I can still give props where they're due, even though PlayStation is my main poison. So that really bugs me, because oftentimes there's that, and with all the updates and stuff like that, it can really change the course of a game. So yeah, still in that one defense though, even if you got locked out of your account, you can still access updates for your games. So that is true. You could still install your disc, right? Still get all the downloads, and then you could play the game. Nobody can lock you out of that whatsoever. So that is not 100% useless, but to me, there's still a bit like a coaster. We're living in an age now where digital media is coming big time, like to where that's going to truly be the norm. I have to admit, I love firing up my PlayStation, seeing like 50, 60 games at my disposal. I don't have to go behind my monitor and pull out in and out, a couple of dozen games every day, because I cycle through so many games, right? So yeah, what I don't like is forced cloud gaming, because we thought that maybe that was going to be a thing at some point, and it could still end up being so. Then it wouldn't matter what your hardware is, because it wouldn't be on your end. It would all be in the cloud. As an additional option, I think it's a great idea, but not as the only thing. Me personally, the Three Amigos, I love physical media still. It still has some value. I love the idea of digital, even though you technically don't own your games. And I like the idea of having a supplement on top of all that to having cloud gaming as well, which we pretty much have now. I just hope it never transitions to a point where we're losing some of those options. Because again, I've said this a million times, it doesn't matter what you apply to it in life. The more options you have, the better. You'll literally end up catering to everybody. You don't like discs like me? You want digital? Do it. You want to stream? Do it. You hate digital? You think it's dumb? You want to own and hold your physical copy? You can still do that. And I think that it is great how things are right now. And that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you. Like I said, these videos, yeah, I rarely even talk for 5 minutes in these videos. They're just this thing where I go to IGN because they're like the CNN of gaming news. I always make that joke. Even if you look at the letters, the font, the color, and everything, it literally looks like CNN News. And, I mean, they're just a reliable news source that have all this information on games. I don't need to go to, like, Kotaku or all of these other even big YouTubers. I mean, IGN and GameSpot, or GameStop. One's the store, one's the website. GameSpot, I think, is the website. Anyhow, they're pretty big. So I just go to them. I siphon through some random gaming news. I pick out 2 or 3 things that I think is like, oh, okay, let's talk about this. And then I just reiterate it back to you in my own words. So I'm not just like literally reading word for word here, right? It's not plagiarism. And hope that you give a shit about it too, so I keep getting paid on this platform. Naturally, that's always a bonus when you're making money doing this shit. So there you have it. Thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and trying to make me more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up online. And if you didn't like it, that's okay. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off. I'm going to give you a link to this. That's just NetEase World of Warcraft. It was just to kind of give you the gist as to what that whole thing was about. So yeah, let me know down below what you think of any of these articles. What's your input? Do you have any other gaming news things that you would care for me to cover? And the reason for that, when you leave it down below in the comment section, is for 2 reasons. Because I genuinely am curious, but there's also the ulterior motive, right? The more engagement on a video, like in the comments and the thumbs up and the thumbs down. Hey, Pumpkinhead, how you doing? Anything. The more back and forth is going on a video, it literally makes YouTube go, hey, this might be an important video. Let's open the volume, or let's crank up the volume and open up the floodgates, if you will, to how far these videos can reach people. So it helps with that. Take care, and if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.